Wow.
I'm still not seeing us. What is happening?
What do it say?
Oh, it says we're live. I see the video.
Yeah, we are live. We here.
Okay.
I'm completely cold, Karen Blake. We here.
Oh, I hear a delay. Is that what it is?
So you hear a delay?
Yeah.
Go to mute your Facebook site.
Mute Facebook. Okay.
Mute your Facebook site.
How do I mute the Facebook? Oh, I
Oh,
see.
yeah,
All right. Apologies. We're gonna get it right.
of course.
Okay. Just give me 1 second.
Our group, our tribe, patient. They know what's going on.
Indeed. Welcome, everybody. I am back, and it feels good to be back. This is Chats with Chast. And as you guys all know, we got our special guest, Bobby, on deck for tonight.
Yeah,
Usually I'm streaming live on Tuesdays, but it's a special event, a special occasion. We got the true one and only Mr. Bobby Smith, the one who started this movement, not fruitarianism, but this particular community. And that is special. So, with that being said, my brother, how are you feeling? Welcome. How's it going?
I'm doing excellent. Glad to be a guest on Chats with Chaz. Glad to, give up a little information to the people. Glad to be here with you. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. But I want to get into it. You
Let's
are
get it.
like the master at implementation, the master at fruitarianism. You even have a mastering fruitarianism program now,
Yes.
but it wasn't always like that. And we have to have an honest conversation about that.
Let's
I
do
want
it.
to take you back about 15 years ago. I'm talking 2009, where you were enlightened by your cousin, may he rest in peace.
Indeed.
Can you talk about it?
Yeah, 2009. Wow. Okay, my cousin got killed, which is very tragic. And my cousin, who named Romeo, R-I-H to my cousin Romeo, he he was the person who brought us into truth.
Mm.
So he was like the person who was going around like, hey man, watch these videos about Jesus and all of this. So everybody thought he was crazy. But I when he died, I started tapping into that information, right? So when I started tapping into that information, I learned that's when I ran into fruitarianism. It was like a cycle. First, I learned about like devil worshiping and all of that. Then I learned about the Moors, and then I learned about history and all about the Americas. And then I learned about dieting and what we're supposed to be eating. And I kind of went into like this journey about learning and knowledge. So it was all thanks to him though, because he brought over a Ray Hagen's DVD to my dad's house. And he was talking about how Jesus is fake and all of this stuff. And when he left the house, me and my dad was like, that boy crazy.
So at that point, at that point in time, you believed in Jesus?
Yeah, yeah. At that time, I definitely did. Yeah.
And so your cousin, may he rest in peace, he came spitting that knowledge and it spiraled. You went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But how'd you go from religion to diet to fruitarianism?
Okay. So, like I said, one thing about knowledge, right, is it leads you from one thing to another, right? So once you start learning certain things, it just makes sense. So when I started learning about the Moors and American history, I ran into people on YouTube that was living the fruitarian lifestyle. And I ran into this guy named the 13th Son. And the 13th son is who I pay homage to in everything I do. That's why I always say the number 13 is my favorite. I do my challenges 103 days and stuff like that because I'm paying homage to the 13th son. That's where I learned the bulk of my knowledge from.
So who
So,
are
and
the 13 sons?
no, the 13th son is just one person.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
Yeah,
But so
his
the 13th son.
the 13th son is a Moor who live in Tampa, Florida. And he just was sitting on his bed talking, telling people the truth and telling us how to eat. And he used to always tell us to get back to nature and that we need to eat fruits and vegetables and eat from the earth and put our feet in the dirt and hug trees and all that. So I indulged into that. When I ran into that video, I moved in with my mom because I had to because I was out here messing up. I moved in with her and I literally lived in her basement for a year and I was going to work, coming home studying, going to work, coming home studying, going to work, coming home studying the entire year.
So you didn't meet any of this truth with any resistance. It's kind of, well, you had a little resistance because when your cousin first came, you were like, nah, he's crazy. He piqued your curiosity. You find the 13th son and you just take his word as bond and
The
you
13th
indulge.
son? No, before I found the 13th son, I had been researching on YouTube. I was reading, and it was leading from one rabbit hole to another.
Okay, so he kind of reinforced all the information you had already come up.
Indeed, and enlightened me with more.
Okay, you mentioned about grounding, right?
Uh-huh.
And so you talked about this on one of your live streams and one of your Master Your Mornings. And I thought this was fascinating because I had never dived into grounding to that extent where you said cover your feet, bury your feet. Like really, can you talk about the way you ground?
Yeah. Well, I don't ground like that every time. I ground
Right.
like that when I can. But that form of grounding is when you going into meditation, when you get in doing the sun gazing, those type of things, when you're gonna be doing extended stay in grounding. So
Okay,
most
let's take it back a bit because some people might have missed that morning stream. And let's talk about the actual process of this deep dive meditative grounding that you.
okay. So it's grounding. Let me take it to what grounding is in it, period. Grounding is just putting your bare feet to the earth,
Mhm.
right? So this grounding is just sticking your feet in the dirt. You actually dig a hole, put your feet in that dirt, and you cover it back up just enough to where your feet is covered. And you pour water over it, right? And you damp it down and you make sure your feet is in there.
I
And you
love
get
that.
yeah, and you get into whatever form of meditation you do, whatever you do, however you do, you can just stand there, whatever. But you more connected than just standing on the grass. It's people gonna argue, well, maybe you can still be connected, but this is different because it's feeling. It's feeling. So you feel it more. It's more intense. So that's why I do that. I learned that from the 13th son.
It's like you're literally planting yourself.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fascinating. I love that. I've never
Replanting.
done that before. So I might just walk around and dig a hole and plant myself one day.
Facts. Why not? Why not?
All right. So 13 sons. Well, first, your cousin, again, homage to him. Kudos, may he rest in peace.
Indeed.
Kind of, he sets the ball in motion and he kind of is the trigger to changing your life
Mm-hmm.
because he planted that seed, right? And
Fact.
so now you go through this world of exploration, knowledge, researching. You stumble upon the 13th son who reinforces your knowledge and all your research. And now you sort of start learning from the 13th son. But are you already fruitarian?
No, no. I once the 13th son is what made me want to try fruitarianism. So in 2011 was my first attempt at fruitarianism. I did it for 2 months. And I did really good. I was feeling really good. I wasn't as informed or as involved, like indulged in it, but I was doing it. And what happened is I fell back off. So that to answer your question, the 13th son is who convinced me to become a fruitarian. So I had to I had to become a fruitarian once I started listening to his knowledge.
You say you had to. What was the knowledge? What was like the nail in the coffin for you, where you was like, nah, I have to switch up the way I'm doing things. This is not the way, and this is not it.
Um as my current change,
No, not your current change, because we're in 2011. You're trying out a new lifestyle, but the fact that you were like, I can't ignore this information. What was the information that you just could no longer ignore, and you said, you know what, I have to this. I'm saving myself.
everything that I do now, everything I do now is because of those moments. Like I took it when I got into fruitarianism this time around, it was all the information that I learned from then with a little new information. So that's why I'm the kind of fruitarian I am, because I learned from the
Right.
people who do it from the essence.
But what did he say that was the light bulb moment for you that was like, all right, I gotta, because you say you had tried for 2 months and you had your detour or life happened. And what was it that he said that you were like, all right, I gotta keep going?
Um, it wasn't nothing in particular that he said. It was a collection of all the information. It was just getting back to nature, getting back to your roots, doing what you're supposed to do, living how we supposed to live, uh, getting back to the origins. So was it nothing? It was a collection of the information that I had learned over the previous years until I met the 13. I mean, until I ran into the 13th son.
Okay. So we in 2011, we have some trial and errors. Now,
Hmm.
to quote you, you say you went through hell for 10 years.
Indeed.
Can I walk through that path of hell with you for a moment?
Please.
Talk about it.
You want me to talk about it?
What I wasn't there, so I need you to fill in those blanks for me. So what was hell like for you in that time? Because we only see this amazing, immaculate man who walked through the fire, but we don't know about the burns. So let's talk about some of them burns you may have endured while you was walking through that hell.
Alcoholism. Alcoholism was the root of that hell ride. Um, so I started drinking when I was 18 years old.
Mhm.
And I remember the first night I got drunk. It was like after I graduated. No, it was before I graduated. It was my birthday, my 18th birthday. And we walked to the store and got some wild Irish Rose. Whoever don't know about that, that's like the worst liquor you could drink. It's like the worst. It's like wino wine. And we got drunk off of that. So um
That wasn't your first encounter with alcohol, though, was it?
yeah, at 18. Yeah.
And was it just curiosity that drove you to drinking, or?
No, everybody was drinking. That's what everybody in the hood was doing. So it was just normal for us to drink. Like everybody was drinking, all the OGs, all my uncles, my family. So I always and you know what? That wasn't my first encounter because I used to steal my mama's liquor from underneath the counter, the Bacardi 151 that she used to make her daiquiris with. So I used to take little sips of that. So that was my first encounter. But my first encounter with actually drinking, getting drunk and stuff was when I was my 18th birthday when I drank that Wild Irish Rose. Yeah. So yeah, so I was an alcoholic. After that, so I was an alcoholic. I was a gang member. I was a follower, all of that. Like, cause I grew up with both of my parents. You feel me? Like my mom and dad been together since my dad was 15 and my mom was 12. So I grew up with both parents. I just always was a follower. All my cousins and stuff lived in the hood, went to the hype high schools and all of that. So I wanted to be like that. So I had no business following behind that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So my mama and them knew better, knew I knew better. I grew up with both of my sisters in the house, all of that. Like I had a loving family. I grew up like with the
But
hood people.
the streets
With,
was appealing,
yeah, yeah, yeah. The
and
hood
the
people
home
taught me
front
spoon fed.
is safe. The streets seem more exciting, right?
Facts, facts.
But you weren't 18 back in 2011.
2011. No, I was 2011. I was 20. I think I had my kids in there. I think I had my daughter already. I had my daughter in 2008.
All right, let's just do the quick math. If you're 39 now, minus 15, you're in your mid-20s, right?
Facts,
You're
facts.
somewhat of a seasoned alcoholic now. You know, you're in the game, you're a follower. What triggers Bobby to say, no longer will I follow, but now I choose to lead? Maybe not others, because that was not part of your original vision or your plan. You was out there saving your own ass.
Yeah. You talk about once I got saved,
Right.
like now, uh, let me tell you this. When I got on, I've never said I was a leader. Never in my life. When I came back on the internet, I was saying I'm not a leader. I don't want to be a role model and all that. And shouts out to Lachey Taylor.
Yes.
Lachey Taylor
Fire.
taught me everything I know about like Facebook and stuff. Like she was already in the community. So when we met on Facebook, she was telling me how to run stuff. She'd be like, hey, you know, you can do this and do this. And I'm like, what? Create a Facebook group. The Facebook group was supposed to be called Bobby and Lachey, Fruit Up with Bobby and Lachey.
So you met the goddess through Facebook, but where? Where on Facebook? Where did the connection happen?
She was watching one of my live videos. Because when I first got on Facebook, I was like screaming fruitarianism. So I would go live at night after work, and Lachey was one of the people watching.
Okay, because she was already in the lifestyle.
Yeah, yeah. So she was cool though. She was supportive and she taught me a lot of things about Facebook and how to navigate it. So once I did that, what was the question? I forgot what the question was.
The question the question was, you came back to save yourself, and you know what, Bobby, you done rambled on. Listen here. The point is, mid-20s, you had your change, you tap into fruitarianism. You brought up that you came to Facebook, and I said, your
Oh,
original
you
vision
said,
wasn't about being a leader.
yeah, you said what made me want to say, like say I'm gonna help people and do that, right? That's what I was getting into. Okay, thank you. I what happened was I was telling Lachey, like, I ain't no leader, I ain't this. And she was like, what made me change a little bit at this moment? She was like, you know, it sounds like you running from your responsibilities. Like you kind of like been called to show your change and stuff. And it's like you don't want to, you resisting the change.
That's
And
because, if I'm not mistaken, you've already shared that you came back to boast, right? When you returned to Facebook, you came back to basically, shit
in
on
a
it.
in a
You came
sense,
back to talk your ish, and you was like, I'm Bobby Smith. This is what I do. I don't care what you think or say. We know that we know, or most people are familiar with the old Bobby Smith, right?
facts,
And
facts.
then we know that, shout out to Dr. Michelle Knight, she whipped you into shape. I know you also have had encounters with other programs, and shout out to Orville Douglas, who's also kind of shown or paved the way for you in a sense. But your original vision was, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna talk my ish, and now that has morphed into this man we see today. So I ask you this: what is your vision today?
What is my vision today? My vision is to my so it's a okay. I know there's a difference between a mission and a vision, right?
Absolutely.
My mission is to help people understand that they can feel and thrive and be the
Brother,
best version of themselves.
you will not hijack this interview, and you will stay in the course. We will talk about your vision, and then we will talk about
I
your
was I was gonna get into the
how
I
you
can't
going to implement your vision.
I can't explain my vision without explaining the mission
All right,
because
let's go.
the mission is to fruit up the world.
I got you.
So, but my vision is to become the best version of myself. So when people be like, "What's your vision?" The vision, you a visionary, you a visionary. I have different visions every day. Every day I create a vision. The ultimate vision is to become the best version of myself. That's why I challenge the way I do. That's why I get up and go through the feelings the way I do. That's why I haven't eaten right now in 26 hours.
I know that's right.
You feel me? Because that's my vision is to get better every day. So that's why I get better every day. Because that's what I see.
I see it differently. And you correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me if
Mhm.
this resonates with you. Part of your mission is to be the best version of yourself, right? But
Uh,
your vision is to fruit up the world. And now you're doing that. You've already begun to fruit up the world. You have your group that now is at 28,000 plus members. You started off with small challenges, starting, I believe, $10 to $20 that you would charge. Now you are running multiple programs. Let's talk a little bit about some of the programs you've got going. And maybe if you're willing to spill a little, little beans, some that you're considering or looking forward to implementing.
with programs, okay, we got of course we got the Fruit Up with Bobby Smith group. Shouts out to Completely Cold because without Completely
Yeah.
Cold, I wouldn't be in the group the way I am. I got lazy online for a while. So that's why we get back in the group. We offer that for free. That's the first level of what we got going on here. Fruit Up with Bobby Smith, Fruit Up till 5 till January. That's free for incoming people who trying to transition, right? Who coming from a sad way of diet, might be coming from abusive relationships, might just need a supportive community. We offer a lot of things in here. So we got that level. Then I got the boot camps that I just started. The boot camps is to see who more serious. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Who really want to go there? Who really want to sit down and be influenced by the energy, right? So those are temporary though. They're not gonna last long, and is leading to the pathway to empowerment, which is me and Completely Co's program that we run it with masterclass going down November 19th. Get in there. That is the program that we running for content creators, people who want to build confidence, build a brand, and get on the virtual stage. Completely Cold, Arthur Woodard, yourself. We got high level people in the pathway to empowerment. So that's another program that we offering. It's super high level. It's super dope. I'm super proud of it. We putting in a lot of work on it. And then I got my new baby. You know what I'm saying? Like my new pride and joy. All of them my pride and joy, but this right here in particular, I'm super proud of because it's my true essence. My Fruitarian Mastery program, where I go into the reason why I eat fruit, and which is like what we going into, my history of why. Because my thing is, in order to eat fruit at the level we do, you got to know why you doing it. So Fruitarian Mastery is for those who really want to indulge in fruitarianism and ain't gonna take no answer other than I'm doing that. And they can take the language. You can talk to them however you want to because they understand what it takes to get to this level. So everything I got going on. So we got the free transition group, we got the boot camp, we got the pathway to empowerment, and now we got the Fruitarian Mastery.
Fruitarian Mastery has already started.
It starts officially January 1st, but we doing interviews and things with people to see if they applicable.
Let's talk about that because I don't know if y'all caught this, but there's levels to this game here, right? So you got your free platform that introduces you to the lifestyle, bombards you with a community of love and support, right? So lets
Fact,
you know it tells you, listen, I can do this, and not only can I do this, I can do this within a community that's got my back, right?
facts,
Then once you realize, you know what, I'm a leader in this community, and you want to step your game up, you have the pathway to empowerment, right?
facts.
Now that's where he's going to mold you into the leader that you choose to be. Now, for those who might want to take a different lane, because we have some real seasoned veterans within the group,
Indeed.
you might want to take your fruitarianism to a next level, because I've even heard you say, I'm high level, but juicing makes me feel like I'm not the top of the game to fruitarianism.
Let's
So
talk
when you
about it.
talk about mastering fruitarianism, talk a little bit about what that mastery truly is.
Fruitarian Mastery. Okay, let's talk. Let me stop. Okay. Fruitarian Mastery is for those, we got the OGs, right? Orville Douglas, you got the high level individuals. When I say high level, I mean the people who doing it how they supposed to do it. Kev Ramon.
Shout out to
Uh,
Kevin Bone.
yeah, shouts out to my brother. So when I ran into fruitarianism was called vegan.
Right.
It wasn't even really called fruitarianism. Um, but it was only eating raw fruits and vegetables, right? And as I've been reading the 80-10-10 book by Doug Graham, shouts out to Doug Graham. Shouts out to Rhonda Key Youngblood, who know Doug Graham and introduced us and all that. But uh that book take you back to the essence where juicing ain't in nature. Shouts out to Orville Douglas, where nothing outside of nature is fitting. So if you're not eating the whole fruit, because if you think about it, how can juicing be better than eating the whole fruit? Like, think about it. You extracting from the fruit.
But juicing has its placement, right?
Definitely
Because
has its
it
placement.
depends. And here's where I feel like this is where that mastery comes into, right? Because it really depends on what your mission and your goal is, whether if not juicing is the right path for you. So for those of people who are on a more healing and want to give their digestive system an even easier path, right? Because now you're not even chewing, right? But chewing is essential to breaking down what you're consuming. But if you're just gonna drink, you're gonna just drink, and now you're not really digesting anything. You're just absorbing.
Hold on. I can't let you get away with that one because ain't no way. So mastery, juicing ain't got nothing to do with mastery.
No, I'm not
No, so
saying that. I said
juicing is
juicing
healing.
has its position,
Yes,
it has its placement in the journey.
yes, facts,
But you
facts.
will not be a master juicing.
No, you're not. No, that. Thank you. Okay, I got it. Okay, so if you eating the whole fruit in its whole form at eating one fruit at one time every time you eat is the way to eat. So that's fruitarian mastery. So in January, I'm starting where I'm only eating one fruit the entire month each month. So 12 different fruits the entire year. Now
You have
I'm
that
doing
planned out already?
which fruits?
Yeah, and you got the 12 you picked already?
Not necessarily. I got the first one is oranges.
Okay.
So now to get this though, the people in the mastery are not subject to that challenge, but they are subject to be eating all fruit.
Not necessarily mono eating, but all
Not
fruit.
necessarily mono eating, but whole fruit eating. And it's levels inside the mastery program too. So
Okay.
we got people who don't even want to juice, but I'm allowing juicing for a certain amount of time for certain people. That's why we interviewing people to get what they need in a timely manner and stuff.
How long is the program?
It's an ongoing.
For the entire year?
It's a group. It's just a group. It's just a subscription paid group. It ain't no timetable.
So you can go in month. Do you have it where you can pay for the year?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so it's not just monthly. So it's a subscription. You're in it for as long as you want.
Yeah.
Do you have like a gauge as to, you know, all right, say we all know I'm not on mastery level yet, but let's just say I was bold enough to say, you know what, Bobby, I'm accept this challenge. I want to be a fruitarian master. What kind of ballpark estimate would you give me if I was hardcore serious about being a mono eating fruitarian?
Okay, that's a good question. But okay, that wouldn't happen. I wouldn't let nobody who not, so like I'm gonna give you an
I'm
example.
not qualified.
I would have to interview you. So I would have to so it's like somebody asked me that tonight. They was like, Bobby, I want to get in the mastery program, but they're in the boot camp. So I said, okay, the boot camp is all about making goals and being held accountable to make them. So I said, if you do exactly what you said you're gonna do in November, which is eat all fruit, I'll let you into the mastery. So that's a show and prove
But
for
you know what?
somebody.
I like that because you stand on integrity. You're not just trying to take people's money. You're like,
Mm-mm.
because let's be real, money is just an exchange of energy, right? It's a
Facts,
form of
facts.
exchange of energy. And so you're about to pump in a lot of energy into these people, into this program. And if you're not into it, and yeah, if you're not really gonna do what you say, if you're not about it, then you're not about to waste your time.
Exactly,
That I like.
exactly.
I
Yeah,
like.
because that the reason why I created this group is so I could speak my language. Because as you know, Chaz, I came in this rah rah rah. You feel me? So
Sir,
as you know, this is a learning process for me too.
yes,
Meeting
but
people
you
where they at.
advocating and you're
Definitely.
in front of the world. You know what I mean? And
And
you're doing it still in a very raw kind of way because you are unapologetically you. And that stayed with me when you told me that. You said be unapologetically you. And you
Facts.
do that effortlessly every single day. You laugh
Indeed.
it off. When you slip up, you own it. You know what I mean? And well, I'm not gonna keep singing praises to you. We all know you are
Keep on coming. Keep on coming.
the one and only Bobby Smith. Let's keep it pushing.
Ah. Hey, Chaz, man, you are amazing. Like real talk. Like real talk. You amazing. For real. Like your growth and is tremendous.
Yeah.
And like already though, I gotta say this. I gotta say this. Already people been coming to me like, hey man, Chaz, dope, Chaz. Like, and I what did I tell you though? Like it's over with for him now. Now that you about to run the chats with Chaz and have everybody on here going crazy, it's over. It's over. I knew it in April.
Oh, thank you. But um,
I'm sorry.
I know, right? Like let's get back on track.
I'm sorry. I'm
But
sorry.
listen here. Does it end with fruitarian mastery? Because we know, and I love how blunt you are about it. Like, yes, my mission is to help people, but ultimately is to be my best version. I
Facts.
do that through helping people running these challenges. And you've boldly, blatantly have said these challenges are not about y'all. It's about me and calling myself higher. So I'm
Facts.
just curious, does it end with fruitarian mastery? What is next for Bobby?
I'm glad you. It begins with
That's
fruitarian
what I was talking
mastery.
about.
You feel
Yes.
me? We just getting started. Like, that's why I'm doing it. I'm trying to change the narrative of fruitarianism for our people. Because what happens is what people think they have to be to eat all fruit. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And you can be your true self. That's why I started the station heads at night. Tonight, Friday night, is going down right after the boot camp, 9 p.m.
Yeah.
So, but that's why I started the station heads so people can just let loose and be themselves. Because in this community, often people are trying to fit into a stereotype that they think fruitarianism is. Oh, I don't curse. I don't smoke weed. I don't ever eat cooked food. I don't do none of this stuff, but I don't listen to bad music. Like, yes, you do. Don't you got family members? Like, stop. Like, we got to stop.
I'm glad you said that because I feel like people lose sight of their real mission here on earth. You know what I'm saying? You're still here having a human experience. You
Facts.
know, like that saying, I'm not my body, I'm not my thoughts. We are spirits, we have souls, we have a soul mission. You know what I mean? And so when you tapping into that, enjoy life. That is what your experience here, this temporary experience on this in this dimension is meant to be enjoyed. So
Facts.
now when you put in all these restrictions on yourself, people forget about I'm here to have fun too. I'm here to have a good time.
Indeed.
Yes, yes. Challenge yourself to be a fruitarian. Go explore some new fruits. Maybe there's some nasty ones you don't like, but you're never going to know that till you try them, right? Step
Mhm.
out this box of perfectionism and get messy with it. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with tapping into your humanity. There's nothing wrong with, getting refined along the way. You've done that masterfully. But
Mm.
Bobby, what's a king without a queen? What's a god without a goddess?
What about it? What
What
about it? What'd you say?
what's a king without a queen? What's a god without a goddess?
Oh, nothing, nothing. I decided that I'm gonna be single till I'm 45. And you
Single.
know why? You know why that age? Because my son will be graduating high school. And I'm like, I'm gonna focus on getting this straight, getting myself straight. I was involved in so many relationships, toxic relationships, doing so many things that I'm enjoying this time. Like you know how people ask, "Are you alone?" I'm not alone. I'm not lonely. I'm alone. I love being alone. I love my space. So, but also I do want to share my space eventually. But I want to do it when I feel like doing it. You know what I'm saying?
If I'm hearing you correctly, you've had your fair share, ladies. I'm not gonna say you was a player unless you want to claim that you're a reformed player. Is that you? Let
I
me.
mean, that's what you want to call it.
All right, we're gonna call you a reformed player. But now, you've had your fair share of mess, and you're exploring and you're exploring your true nature.
Facts.
You're tapping into that Bobby energy and you're enjoying that. I love the fact that you want to make sure your kid is set and good so that what it sounded like to me, you can really put that time and effort into yourself and whatever relationship you choose to develop when you feel like it,
Facts.
or more so when you're ready, right?
Facts.
Now, I know there's ladies in your inbox. You and they shot ladies, have a seat. He said so he's 45. Y'all got at least 6 years, but you could get your practice on because our guy loves to flirt. So
That's
we're
a
gonna
fact.
keep him on his toes. But what is an ideal goddess for you?
They got the same ambition about like health. Health is true wealth, right?
Absolutely.
So they got to know that this is the most important thing we do. They got to be on the same page. You got to be eating fruits. That's a fact. Now people often say, do they have to be a fruitarian? No, they don't have to be a fruitarian, right? But they have to be plant-based and eat predominantly fruits.
Can they
So,
have cooked meals?
huh?
Can she eat cooked meals?
Of course, I don't mind that. I'm not against cooked meals.
But
You know
will
what I'm
you
saying?
with her or you'll have your fruit?
I'm having my fruit. Once it's over. It's a wrap. Now, and that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what she look like. When she appear, I see her. You feel me?
I like that. So it's going to be an energetic thing, not
Indeed.
necessarily an appearance kind of thing.
Indeed. So the idea of me waiting until my son out of high school is just an idea. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm a real person. I live off feeling. So if it happens, it happens. I'm not opposed to it. But like I said, I don't know what it looked like. I got certain standards, of course, but I don't know.
So is it safe to say no one's energetically piqued your interest?
A few people have, I've dipped and dabbled a little. So, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
I've done a little something here and there, but um, I'm just not ready for it. Just not ready for it.
Now, I know I've heard you say emotions are not necessarily your field, or, I'm not going to say you're uncomfortable with emotions, but you ain't really got too much time. So yeah, your lady can't be overly emotional. She got to be like on the go. Or let's say there is a lady who piques your interest, but she's just a little emotional. What's up with that? Let's talk about Bobby and emotions and whether if not he can handle that depth of capacity.
All right, so I'm thinking, right? Should I give the fruit up with Bobby Smith answer or no? But no, real talk.
No, no, we're having honest, courageous conversation, buddy.
No, but okay, I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's
Most women irritate me. I'll just be honest with you.
that's women, because I'm sorry, there's some overly emotional men that I find
Oh
highly.
yeah, that you right.
Okay,
You
let's
right on that. I ain't gonna debate you on that. But the reason why is because they don't see the power they have. You know what I'm saying? They don't
Oh, I feel you.
yeah,
Okay.
like even the expectations they have ain't that high.
Mm.
Like it's like y'all so powerful, and if y'all just flip the switch, we'll be more powerful. That's how I feel. Because if you set the expectations higher, the men got to do better. So like if you say I ain't dealing with no men who eat meat, I ain't dealing like if all women said that right now, but that requires all women to not eat meat. You know what I'm saying? So they got to set the bar higher. That's all it is. So that's how I feel. But I love women. I do a lot
But
for.
you
I
know
do
what I
everything
find
for women.
really interesting? I
Huh?
never said, I did say your lady, right? So I get
Uh-huh.
why we focusing on the women and them being emotional, right?
Uh-huh.
But the truth of the matter is you're uncomfortable with overly emotional people. You just why I get it, it's annoying. But can you hold space for them?
Of course, I do every day.
But is
No,
there a particular reason why you find it? And I know you say, and I love that because you're right, you understand, and that goes across the board when people don't see their capacity and they don't realize the power that they have, and
facts.
that has a lot to do with societal conditioning, right?
Indeed.
Think about it, you know what I mean? Women have always been I'm not gonna say superior, but I'm gonna say superior.
I say
And
it too.
they've always been, you know, submissive. They've always been pushed down so that they don't tap into their power. And the truth of the matter is this masculine energy is somewhat intimidated by the feminine. And so they have to control the woman, right?
Hmm.
But
I'm a
we don't, but that's not your philosophy. You're just
no.
uncomfortable with emotion.
I'm not gonna say I'm uncomfortable. That's
I
just, that's your perception. You know, I respect it. But I
You're right. You're not, it's not that you're uncomfortable. You don't really have the time for it.
yeah, I've been through so much in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm I'm I expect you, like, say you, right? Say you. I expect women are great. If you think about it, all my moderators in my group are women except Rob. Like, think about it. Like I talk to mostly women all day. Like before I was this person I am when I was drunk and fat and everything, I used to talk to all women. I used to take pretty girls out and take them to the bar and just talk to them. I've always been a conversationalist, always. So like when I changed, the women wasn't surprised. It was like they was waiting on it.
Oh, because women can always or
Yeah,
usually see the potential in especially as a man of their interest. They always trying to uplift and make him into who he's supposed to be instead of accepting. It's like it becomes this project. Oh, I gotta make him the man he was meant to be, right?
facts.
But if let me help you out here, because I think what you're saying is because you've been through so much, you lack the patience after already trying to tell somebody, listen, you are greatness. You know what I mean? And they're just not catching it. And so, like, you have the capacity to hold the space, but it's like limited because it's like, I can only tell you so much of what I see without you believing in it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can only pump so much life into you until you decide to take that breath yourself.
You just
And so,
you too deep for me. Like I'm just saying I don't want to be bothered until I run into the right one. No.
no, we're not talking about just your woman no more. Yeah, we already know your lady. You understand?
Fact,
She gotta
fact.
be high level. You know what I'm saying? She gotta come correct. She gotta know she the ish. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? She will capture you energetically, not necessarily physically. But now we've moved on, sir, to
Okay.
Bobby Smith because your mission is to help people,
Facts. Facts.
right? And so with that, I'm saying you can only do but so much without the person truly stepping into their power, right? Like
Indeed.
that,
Indeed.
that old saying, you could bring a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink.
Facts.
So to me, I feel like the way I was understanding your explanation of the limitation with emotions is that I've overcome so much to watch and wallow with someone else. Like you're not gonna collude with someone and their limitations,
That makes sense. That makes sense.
right?
That
Okay.
make a lot of sense. Yeah. Yeah, that make a lot of sense. I I'm enjoying life, Chaz. You know what I'm saying? I'm enjoying getting up being Bobby Smith every day, feeling the vibe, working for the people, serving the people at a high level, making change. Like I never one thing about it, my changes really started when I really started wanting to see other people win. You know what I'm saying? Like I never really cared about other people winning. So, but once I started doing that, and it made me want to give. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at now. That's why I said the group free. Let's open it up. Let's get people in here to transition. Let's meet people where they at. I'm learning, and I'm having fun doing it. It's a learning process every day. I'm not gonna be perfect at it. I'm not gonna be 100% all the time. And that's why I embrace all of this, all of it, the struggles, everything.
So would you say that's what motivates you to keep going today is the when you are able to see the influence in others and see other people, let's just say reclaiming their power and stepping into the lifestyle. And
Man,
nobody's perfect. No one is 100%. But one thing
Mm-mm.
that I've said I've always admired about you is that you are a student of life and you own that. You know what I
Fact.
mean? Like you're not offended by anything. If someone gives you some type of direct, depending on who, because I've also heard you say like, you got to be a qualified
That's
individual
a fact. That's
to spit game to Bobby Smith,
that's
right?
a
Like
fact.
if you're not as disciplined or if you're not in the lifestyle, if you don't have no receipts, Bobby don't got no ears for you.
That's a fact. And but and to take it back to your initial question, that's you're right. That's what I do this for. There's nothing like seeing somebody who don't know how powerful they are become powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing like it. It's like a rush. So when you see people like even get over 2 days of eating fruit who never ate fruit, I'm starting to look at that different. I'd be like, so now that's why I said, hold on, maybe I'm doing something wrong because if somebody think eating only 2 days of fruit is bad because I did 100 days, I need to change my narrative. And I've always said the only thing I'm not willing to change is my willingness to change.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Love
what
that.
I'm saying? We gonna keep changing.
100%. I love that. So
Facts.
with that being said, right? Because
Mm,
that's that whole comparison trap. We can't help but compare our efforts to those that we admire, right? Or we aspire to be like. And you're very inspirational to a lot of people. But
indeed.
for those who are sitting in that struggle bucket, in that struggle seat, right?
Mhm.
What are some words of encouragement you can offer to them?
Know what you want. You gotta know what you want out of life. That's the thing about this. And that's why I think you know how they say we're in the age of revelations. Like you getting revealed by what you desire.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What you want out of life and what you listening to and who you around and what you eating. So you got to know what you want. Because if you tell me what you want, then I can support you. But if you don't know what you want, you don't know where you going, you don't know who you gonna be around. So know what you want to do, and don't make it just about weight loss.
Right.
You're gonna lose weight. I mean, if you get your mind right and get focused, you're gonna lose weight. So know what you want and be honest about where you're at. If I start fruit up till 5 and you struggling to eat fruit till 10 a.m., start fruit up till 10 a.m. You feel me? And then and get reward yourself for doing that over a period of time. And
You
then
know what?
start fruit up to 11.
Yes, talk about the increments because so many people focus on the goal and that like they keep missing that mark. And like I think you were just talking about this earlier. I believe it was today, as a matter of fact, when you were talking about 85% you're hitting the mark, that 15% is where your energy and your focus is going on, dismissing your efforts, dismissing your journey. And
Yeah,
people really need to start focusing on where I started, where I am, and keeping that vision on where I'm going with respect to where I am today,
yeah,
and not be discouraged by the triumphs of others because
yeah.
everybody's journey, like we all in the same group, but every journey is slightly different.
And that's what make us unique. That's what make us unique. That's what make the group beautiful. That's why I encourage people to tell their stories, express yourself.
Yes,
Nobody care about who you are unless they know where you come from. You know what
absolutely.
I'm saying? So, yeah, we all different. I want to know who you are. Like, Chad, you different from me. You
100%.
know what I'm saying? But that's the beauty about this. You know what I'm saying? The contrast is what makes the beauty. So I'm all in. I'm all in. I'm more dialed in than ever before in my life.
I love that. And I love how your journey has been pretty much on full display, right?
Mm.
And my visionary brother, as your vision keeps unfolding, as you mentioned, you have a new vision every day, right? But can you just give us a quick little glimpse of what Bobby Smith looks like at full mastery with his goddess on his side? What is he doing?
That's a good question, but I've answered this before. So I got land, right? I got land and I got my goddess, and she know exactly how to cultivate the land like I do. And we live in nature, off grid. with no problems and just living in our own small paradise. Like that's the true world that I want to live in. Um, and I would everything I'm doing now is to get there.
But will there be other programs while you're still, so it sounds like to me you're going to be not isolated, but
I,
withdrawn from the rest of the world, right? In your own kind of bubble.
I can't say that. You asked for the vision, not the details of how, I can't I just see that. I don't know what's going on exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
But
because I have to say, I guess my vision was Bobby's with his goddess, and they are taking over the fruitarian world, and they're running an entire village. You know what I mean? And they've got like multiple plots of land where they get to escape and just you kind of brainstorm and do their own thing. But of course, that was my
did
idea.
you did you see that vision before? Huh? You seen a vision with Bobby Smith? Ah, that is funny. But no, that's dope though. I mean, that hey, you see? I'll take that. I'll take that too. That's a fact.
But listen, this has been real. This has been fun. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you letting me dive in a little deeper, get you a little sweating in that seat. Um, it's all love here. I have so much love and respect for you. You are a true visionary pioneer. I salute you. I cannot wait to see what new programs you have coming out. 2025 is pretty much safe to say will be your year.
Indeed.
And it's just the beginning. Do you have any final words you want to leave with these fine people?
You, of course I do. Chats with Chad. This woman right here, y'all. You are amazing. And I almost messed up your interview because I said this in the middle, but I thought you was about to end it. But anyway, you are phenomenal. And once you keep putting in this work, you're gonna help so many people. And it's like that's why it's so important to tell our stories, y'all. We all can help each other. This group that we got is one of a kind. It's so much opportunity, so much growth in here because the people who in here are all leaders.
Yeah.
I don't look at myself. I'm walking with y'all. I get up just like y'all. I'm making videos just like y'all. I'm going live just like y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the meetings just like y'all. So I'm in here with y'all. And every program that we offer is for you to master yourself. Take
Yeah.
advantage of it. Invest in yourself. Stay a part of the energy and be big time. Great. I love this. I had a lot of fun. A whole lot of fun.
Yes. Well, let's do it again sometime.
You already
We'll do
know.
it when in a couple of years, who knows, maybe you'll have a lady with you or not. Because that's just the idea, guys. So me ladies keep shooting y'all shot. You know what I'm saying? The man is available, but he's reserved. So you better come correct or don't come at all.
Facts, facts,
But
facts.
much love to you. I'm gonna see you in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Group, and let's get it. I
Let's
see
get it. I
love
appreciate you, sis. Good job.
and thank you to everyone for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. We will be right back at it next week. Peace.
Peace.